Alright, hi guys, this is Kamila Gornia, your digital marketing strategist for passion-driven entrepreneurs. And today I'm doing a review of Satori App, which is basically a scheduling and billing system or software for coaches. So this is actually the the first software that is more integrated with more streamlined that I've used for my business when I started in April of 2014. And it's the second scheduling software that I've used. And honestly, I think it's a great solution for new coaches or coaches that just don't want to spend a lot of time or they don't want a ton of bells and whistles in their business with other softwares and things like that. So I'm just going to show you kind of how it looks like so you can get a feel for the dashboard and how it's like to use it in case you're thinking about investing and using Satori for your business. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. And as you see, the dashboard is really nicely designed. I haven't used this actually in about a month and a half or 2 months. So I haven't used it. It's currently the end of December, so I haven't really used it. I think I stopped in October. But as you can see, it gives you a nice view of so normally if it would show me like what else I'm expecting, like how much I'm expecting in terms of money, and it kind of gives you a nice view of how much money you've been making in the last couple of months. So it's a nice really way to look at it from that kind of perspective. So this is the dashboard. The offers are basically the different offers that you have. So you can look through and you can have for the subscription that I have here, I can have 10 of them. So you can have different ones, and it's really easy to set one up. So I'll show you how to set one up really easily. So you can, name. You can use one of the templates, so something that you've already used. So I'll just use one of them here, and you have the name for it. You can write a little introduction. If you want it to be public on your profile, you can have that. If you want people to get reviews after they're done with the session, you can also integrate it with a mailing list, which I haven't done. I like to keep things separately like that. Then you say how many sessions you want. So sometimes the foundation sessions are, they can, like the first session can be a different time than all the other sessions. So this is a cool feature that Satori provides for you. It's really nice and easy. And you can also enable reminders that I think is really important for people to know and be reminded of when the sessions are going to happen. You can select the different availability, so you can actually set different availability times depending on whatever works for you. So like I had one just for client calls, I had one just for few strategy sessions. You can have as many as you want. I think I haven't used too many different availability times, so I don't know how many I can actually have, but you can really select it nicely from here. I did have a little bit of an issue with selecting them and making them work. Like sometimes it gets really weird and like just the moving parts, they don't work, or it's a little buggy. I've had some bugs that were just kind of annoying when trying to set all this up. So that is something that might happen to you. Just a heads up, I'm not going to play around with it, but just a heads up, it might be a little bit difficult to set the timings right and things like that. So sometimes it just doesn't work as well as you would like it. Oh, see, like it doesn't change, and even though I said it to change it. And then the billing structure, you can have it to be free. Obviously, it's not going to charge then, and then there's not going to be a contract. Or you can have different payment methods, single payment, monthly payments, and you can have however many. You can have discounts if people pay in full. And you can have a custom schedule, which is really, really cool too. If the first one is like a deposit, then everything else is a different price. I think this is a really, really cool thing that a lot of other softwares don't really have, and obviously how it's going to show up on the PayPal or whatever you use. I use PayPal, so this is a nice way to do that. And then the contract itself, they do give you like different agreements, so you can kind of customize that if you want. This is one that I had, but they have specific templates that you can use as well, and then it just fills things out in here, and then they just have to click, continue, and then this is basically a signed agreement for your agreement for whatever you're doing. There's a discovery questionnaire that you can fill out with different questions. So this is for the first session, and you have different templates that you can use as well, different email instructions, things like that. And then for agenda questionnaire, which is something that's going to go out before each session, you can set that up as well if you want here, or create a new one. So this is really cool. And then this is how it's going to show up, so you can see how it's going to show up on your platform. And then here's the link, and you can also get the HTML code to put on your website, and just go from here. So this is really cool. And just if you want to see how the actual profile looks like, because it asks if you want the thing to be public or not. So this is how the public thing looks like, personally, for my thing. So you can have the ones that are listed, and you can have people kind of go through and pick whichever one, continue, and pick the time, and get them, get all the details here and all that stuff. And then yeah, it's a nice way to do it. I'm gonna exit out that. Agreements. So this is based on people, so I'm not going to go through this too much, but basically, how many people had different calls with you, what they have, and things like that. So then you can see if you're scheduled with, or if you're synced with your Google Calendar, it can show you the different times that you have in here. I have one that's connected in here, so all the things are blocked out. If I had free time, it would not show up on the actual calendar, which is great. So that's good. And you can have different contacts and seeing in here, like who all the people that are there are that have worked with you in the past, or have gotten a session, or anything like that. So this is a really cool way. This is just like a really quick thing of how to use Satori, and yeah. So look through the rest of the blog post to see the full thing about pros and cons, and then definitely make your decision. I hope that this made it a little bit helpful, a little bit more helpful in terms of at least getting a feel for how it would be like to use this. But obviously there's a free trial, so you really don't have anything to lose if you want to move forward with this particular software. All right, thanks so much. Again, this has been Kamila Gornia from KamilaGornia.com.